Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Cristin Brown gets unexpected surprise amid family crisis. After laying Garrison Brown to rest, Cristin Brown returned home to an unexpected surprise. While the Sister Wives star is still trying to find her bearings through this momentous family crisis, she is seeking small joys anywhere she can find them. Each of the members of the Brown family is going through a new stage after saying goodbye to Garrison. Over the past week, the Brown family has suffered a major loss. On Tuesday, March 5, Janelle and Cody Brown released a joint statement saying Garrison Brown had passed away. While Garrison isn't Cristin Brown's son, he and his siblings were raised by her in their plural family. Sadly, each of the family members is processing this unimaginable loss in their own way. Several of the siblings, friends, and sister wives have given beautiful tributes to their beloved brother, friend, and son. Likewise, Cristin has shared treasured memories of Garrison with the world after his too soon passing. However, the family traveled to be together one last time before laying Garrison in his final resting place. When Sister Wives star, Cristin Brown, arrived home from Flagstaff, Arizona, she received a pleasant surprise. Although this is newly charted territory for the Browns, many supporters are rallying around the family during this crisis. Upon her return, Cristin was greeted with a little bit of sunshine from an extension of her new family. While David Woolley and Cristin were away, David's daughter Reagan brought over a basket full of sunshine. In a sympathetic note, she wrote, "We love you guys. Enjoy this basket full of sunshine." Then in a beautiful gesture, she filled a white basket with everything yellow she could squeeze in. Although it is a difficult time, Reagan shows she cares with treats and flowers. Additionally, Cristin shared her appreciation on Instagram by saying, "We came home to this basket from David's daughter, Reagan. I feel so blessed with all the love and support." While there is no good way to journey through grief, Cristin Brown is showing grace in appreciating the love and support others are giving her. Unmistakably, the pain is not over. Each of the Browns has a long road ahead navigating life after losing a remarkable man like Garrison Brown. Hillary Stanton Zunin says, "The risk of love is loss, and the price of loss is grief, but the pain of grief is only a shadow when compared with the pain of never risking love." Cristin's daughter Mykelti Brown asserts the family would like privacy as they search through the grief of losing Garrison. At this time, each of the family members will need time to sit with this new life stage. Thoughts go out to Cristin Brown, the entire Brown family, and the Sister Wives community as they move forward. Brown woke to the sound of her alarm, her mind immediately besieged by the usual jumble of responsibilities and worries. As a single mother of two, her days were often a whirlwind of chaos, juggling work, household chores, and the emotional needs of her children. Today, however, was different. The air seemed heavier, burdened with a sense of impending doom that Cristin couldn't shake. She dragged herself out of bed, her tired eyes scanning the room for any sign of normalcy. But normalcy felt like a distant dream. The weight of the world pressed down on her shoulders, threatening to crush her beneath its unforgiving weight. Today was the day she had been dreading, the day she would receive the results of her mother's biopsy. Cristin's mother, Margaret, had been battling cancer for the past few months. It had been a relentless fight, filled with countless doctor's appointments, chemotherapy sessions, and sleepless nights spent worrying. Despite their best efforts, the cancer had spread, infiltrating Margaret's body like a silent predator, intent on destroying everything in its path. As Cristin made her way downstairs, she could hear the muffled voices of her children coming from the kitchen. They were discussing their plans for the day, oblivious to the storm that was raging inside their mother's heart. She forced a smile as she entered the room, determined not to let her fears show. Today was not about her, it was about her mother. And she needed to be strong for her sake. "Good morning, Mom," her daughter, Emily, chirped, her bright eyes filled with excitement. "Are you ready for Grandma's appointment today?" Cristin nodded, her throat tight with emotion. "Yes, sweetie, I'm ready," she replied, her voice barely above a whisper. She glanced at her son, James, who was quietly sipping his orange juice, his face etched with concern. "We'll leave in a few minutes. I just need to grab a few things." As Cristin rummaged through her purse, searching for her car keys. Her mind was consumed by a whirlwind of thoughts. What if the results were bad? What if the cancer had spread even further? What would they do then? The questions swirled around her head like a relentless storm, threatening to drive her to the brink of insanity. But amidst the chaos, there was a tiny glimmer of hope, a flicker of light in the darkness. Cristine's phone buzzed with a notification, drawing her attention away from her fears. It was a message from her best friend, Sarah, accompanied by a string of heart emojis. Thinking of you today, my dear friend. Whatever happens, know that I'm here for you. Sending love and positive vibes your way. Sparkling heart, sparkling heart, sparkling heart. Tears welled up in Cristine's eyes as she read the message, her heart overflowing with gratitude. In the midst of her darkest hour, Sarah's words were a beacon of light, guiding her through the storm. She wiped away her tears, her resolve strengthened by the love and support of her friends. With a deep breath, Cristin gathered her children and headed out the door, her mind racing with a million different thoughts. The drive to the hospital felt like an eternity, each passing moment filled with a sense of dread that threatened to consume her whole. But when they finally arrived, Cristin was greeted by a sight she never expected. The waiting room was filled with balloons, streamers, and a crowd of familiar faces, all gathered to show their support for Margaret. Cristin's heart swelled with emotion as she took in the scene before her, her eyes brimming with tears of gratitude. Among the crowd, Cristin spotted her mother sitting in a wheelchair, a radiant smile on her face despite the exhaustion etched into her features. Margaret reached out a trembling hand, beckoning Cristin closer. "I have a surprise for you, my dear," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. Cristin's heart skipped a beat as she knelt beside her mother, her eyes filled with anticipation. Margaret reached into her purse and pulled out a small envelope, handing it to Cristin with a trembling hand. "Open it," she whispered, her eyes shining with unshed tears. With trembling hands, Cristin tore open the envelope and pulled out a piece of paper. It was a letter addressed to her from her mother. As Cristin read the words written on the page, her heart swelled with emotion. It was a message of love, of hope, and of gratitude, a reminder that no matter what the future held, they would face it together, as a family. Tears streamed down Cristin's cheeks as she folded the letter and tucked it into her pocket, her heart overflowing with love for the woman who had given her life. In that moment, surrounded by the love and support of her family and friends, Cristin knew that no matter what the future held, they would face it together, united in love and strength. As they waited for Margaret's appointment, Cristin felt a sense of peace wash over her, a feeling of calm amidst the storm. Whatever the results held, she knew that they would face it together, armed with love, hope, and the unwavering support of those who mattered most. And as they were called into the doctor's office, Cristin took her mother's hand in hers, her heart filled with a sense of hope and determination. Whatever the outcome, they would face it together, as a family, with love as their guiding light. And amidst the chaos and uncertainty of life, that was the greatest gift of all.